Going to record. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining us today. Today, Debbie and I are going to talk about positive thinking, because a lot of things are happening out there in the industry, in the market, and the interest rates. And like I've said before, many times before, is that no matter good or bad, or where the market's going, what's happening in the economy or real estate, as long as real estate is in people's minds and on the news, it's free advertising. So we're going to go over some ideas and some vision boards and some ideas on staying positive about real estate. Because before we get started, I want to make sure that you have talking points throughout the holidays about the real estate market, because you can't be doom and gloom, because the real estate market is not doom and gloom. Real estate market is doing great. Is it doing as good as it did in general a couple weeks ago or months ago? No, but over the last few years, great. So you have to have talking points. No one wants to buy any product or anything from someone that's not positive about the market, about what they do, about what they think. So thinking positive, and even if your business is a little bit lower this year than, or it seems to be this year than last year, you can't be telling people, be doom and gloom. So think positive, and we're going to go over some things about that today. So I will share my screen here, sharing screen. And we're going here and play. There we are. Do you see that, Deb?
I do. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
pretty.
Well, what do you think of? I mean, you talk to agents every day, training and helping them with their issues and things like that. Well, what do you think about thinking positive? I mean, not just situations, but talking to people. What do you tell agents?
Always. Yeah, eh, your mindset is how everything is going to happen in your life. If you are always negative thinking about things, or people around you are all negative and everything, that's the energy that you're going to pull in, and that's what you're going to portray to everybody else. Thinking positive, and sometimes it is hard, especially when you haven't had a sale and your bills are due. You start to freak out, but you have to wake up in the morning and get yourself going in the attitude of, today's going to be a great day. Things are going to flow my way. I am worth this. It's going to happen. You just have to put those thoughts into your mind and continuously think about them all the time. This is something that I learned a few years ago, going through some personal life crises, and it does help. I'm telling you, it really does, because sometimes, especially if you're around negative people anyhow, then it affects the way that you think about yourself and about everything else that you're doing. So I'm always telling people that, and being that I talk to the agents every day, sometimes they are having life crises, and you just have to get through that. And whether it's a health issue or a personal issue or something like that, you know things happen in life. But we have to try and remember that when we're talking to others, buyers and sellers and our family, especially because the holidays are coming up and stuff like that, the real estate market is not crashing. It's not. We are not in the position that we were in the 2006, 2007, 2008 scenarios. It was totally different. It is evening out, and we did need that to happen.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, no, I
So
say
we
that every.
definitely needed that to happen. So things are on a positive note in real estate, is what I keep thinking, because I've seen a lot of this, and so have you, and it's totally fine. We needed this to happen. It's going to be better for everyone. Now, there's sellers out there that are like, oh gosh, now I'm not going to make the money that I wanted to make before and stuff. Those were not realistic, in my opinion.
Right.
Numbers that have been happening over the last 2 years anyway, and those things, that's done. It's just done.
Exactly.
So
Right. And yeah, everything's all relative to what things were happening just recently. So rates, people saying about rates, people saying about values of homes, But as long as people are out there that need to buy, need to sell, we'll always be there. So it was, the ironic thing is that in this market, and me and Debbie could talk to you for hours about this, but the market was the market that was just happening where there's 20, 30 offers on a house, people waiting in line, buyers, offers not getting accepted, agents calling, wondering how we get buyers. That was a horrible market. My opinion, sorry, I probably get backlash. I hated it. It was bad. That should have been, real estate market is doing horrible, but it's people
Agree.
talk about numbers, not situations. Now we're going to be in a normal market where someone looking for a house could take some time. Like, okay, I got to see all these houses, go back for a second showing. Sellers have time to sell. Might take a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months to sell your house, which is normal over the last 30 years. So it gives them time to find a new house and not be pressured about buying fast, selling fast, things like that. And values were way out of whack because the supply got up there. So it's leveling out. So that's a good thing. So any agents out there, talk to Debbie or I, especially our Century 21 Homestar agents. If you need talking points, just kind of like a little bit of said, because the holiday season, obviously we just got through Thanksgiving, but you're going to see more people like, oh, what about the housing market? I tell this agent, and I'm not blowing smoke, I'm saying it's better today than it was a couple of weeks ago or months ago. Now, agents that might go, well, I'm not selling as many houses this at the end of the year as this time last year. Well, that, that's one aspect of that, but definitely this is, my opinion, a positive thing that's happening in our market. And a lot of people are going to probably, shoot me some texts and some messages about saying that. But, well, let's go into like another part of that. We're going to go into more about positive thinking and some vision boards. I'll let you take away with it, Deb.
So, once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you start having positive results. It's true. It works. It does work. There's a lot of things out there about the power of, what is that?
Power of suggestion.
The secret.
Right. Put positive things in the universe, you'll get positive things back.
Yeah, I know that a lot of people they believe in a lot of different things, but it all goes back to what we were talking about, your mindset, because if you're portraying this, then people are going to feed off of your energy, and even if it's only just that, that's all that it takes, right? Maybe it's not some universe thing that's happening if you don't want to believe that kind of thing, and that's fine. But if you are portraying yourself as a smart individual business person who knows their stuff, that's going to come across to the person that you're talking to, and they're going to feel more confident in working with you. So that's where I'm going with all of this stuff too. Yeah. If you want to research the other things of The Secret and the power of attraction and stuff, that's entirely up to you. But the positive thinking stuff does work.
And I'm seeing now is that, like, just to compare, and just marketing wise, is that years ago when agents, the only way we could communicate with each other and talk to each other as a community was meeting face to face. So yes, back in the day, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, we go to the office, sit there, and we all have different conversations, good, bad, commiserating about certain things. I've been through that market 2006 to 2008. Agents just meet in the office, have office meetings and events, and we would be commiserating, I use that word, of what's happening in the world and the economy and real estate. But I'm starting to see this on Facebook and social media, and I feel bad for agents that are doing this. Is that, again, when you're buying something, or you have clients that or you're buying anything of anything, and or any customer service, you want positive people. So I see agents using their social media to communicate with others. I see it all the time. I said agents posting things, and 90% of their or more of their comments of whatever they posted is all other agents. Now, in your social media, unless you have all friends of all agents, which pretty much mine is my real estate is my Facebook social media is all agents. But if your social media and what you're portraying out to the public is also agents and clients, you got to have that positive energy. You can't be trying to have conversations because your future clients might see this. So if you want to commiserate or complain or joke about real estate, that should not be, my opinion, should not be in your social media where other people can see that. I mean, possible clients. So just a thought about that, because your positive thinking is not just yourself, it's just the people that are connecting with you.
Correct. And
Let's
social
go.
media, they're going to be looking at it.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you get yourself in a positive mode? Here's the very first thing you can do: make a vision board. And I tell all the new agents when they're talking to me about their business plan and stuff, make a vision board. I have a vision board. I have one always on my wall, and it changes depending on what I want. But the one thing I always have on there is that little square up in the top right-hand corner, because who doesn't want to make sure they have enough money? If you're constantly thinking about the money that you want to have in your life and make, and that you're worth it will come to you. Okay. Motivation of positive affirmations. Always be thinking in your mind things about positive things, right? Another thing on your vision board: do you want to go to a place? I want to go to Scotland. That is my place right there. So that's on my what do you call those?
Vision
The
board. Oh, what? A bucket list.
the bucket list. Yeah. Yeah, that's on my bucket list. Maybe you want to be an award winner. You want to get one of those Century 21 awards. So have that on your vision board so you can constantly look at it and think, I'm going to get that award this year. I'm going to get that award this year. And you will get it, because as much as you were thinking about all these things in the positive way, maybe you want a new dog and you want a Rottweiler. Put a picture of a Rottweiler on there, so that you can constantly remind yourself, this is what I'm working towards. Maybe you want a new car, put a new car on there, put the kind of car that you want on there. Constantly look at it. Okay, I got to make my goal so that I can get that car this year. Just a couple different things.
Yeah, no.
And then if you want to put a message or a motto, I like Carol Burnett. So she's on my vision board too. I mean, you can put whatever you want on your vision board, and you can just make a big poster and cut things out of magazines or pull them off the internet and put them on that way and stuff like that. Or you can draw on it. Maybe you're artistic and you want to draw things on your vision board, or you want to write things in hand. If you're writing things out, that's also another way to portray positivity, because you're writing it out. You're thinking about what you're writing. So those are just some different ideas of what to put on your vision board, and you can change it as you grow. But it's kind of like goals that you want to reach.
Yeah, I saw a Facebook post of a broker friend of mine, another Century 21 in Detroit, and he was sitting down with his family, and he has 3 young kids, and they were doing their vision boards for what they wanted to accomplish next year. And the kids were only probably, like, I'm just throwing out, like 7, 5, and like 2, or it might be a little bit older, but definitely under 10. And I was like, wow, it's never too early to start this. So you don't have to do this just for yourself. So it's an idea to do this for your family or anybody that you are connected to, that, like your children or family, that you want to, help inspire. You want them to do better, because something, you got to have a constant reminder of why you're working and why you're doing this. I don't think any of us are doing this for charity or for free. We do
Right.
work for free every day, but we're doing this for a reason, for money, for security, for whatever reason, retirement, trips. We're doing this for a reason. We get paid to do this. So there's a reason behind that. All right, next slide. Upcoming CE in our office. So
yeah, this is cool.
yeah, so Anne here, who's going to be teaching the core law class. Remember, all of us need that core law class. We're having it in our office. We haven't had anything in our office in a while because of COVID, and agents just getting used to being out and about. So please, and you have to RSVP, not to Debbie or I. This is kind of being put on by Ohio Real Title, and Janelle is the one organizing it. So in this, but you can reach out to Debbie or I, and we'll give you Janelle's contact information to register for the class. And limited seating. So if you want to come to the office, we'd love to see you there. And next, go over some of the other ones coming up, Deb.
Okay, so Mike Ferrante has the Be a Rockstar Agent by Doing 15 Things. This is a really cool class, you guys. I can't stress that enough. He taught it a few years ago when we were having class here in the office, and it's Mike giving you secrets of how he got to be successful. So if you want to know how to be a top agent, you should go to that. And that one's going to be Zoom. That's a Zoom one. That's not live. And then on December 8th, we have Listing Secrets. Again, this one's by Mike Ferrante, and he is a top lister. So he's giving secrets away. And that one is also going to be a Zoom class. The December 16th is on there with Ann Petit. And just so you know who she is, she used to be the superintendent for the Division of Real Estate. And then she retired about 2 years ago. And now she's working with our MLS Now. So super great woman, great speaker. I've seen her on other things. It'll be really enjoyable. I can't wait to meet her in person. So, and then Hash has January 5th, the real estate what's happening in the economic outlook. He does this every single year in January, and he's usually pretty right on. So he gives you a lot of good facts for that one. And then the bankruptcy, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That is another really good class that he does. Those are also Zoom classes. He does his on Thursday mornings at 8 o'clock. So those are all really good classes that are coming up. The only one that's going to be live in person is going to be the one here in the office on the 16th. The rest are all going to be Zoom, but you do have to register for those. And those Zoom ones, you have to be in attendance to get the credit.
Right. Yeah, we get a couple agents for some reason. You got to make sure your connection is good. You got to make sure your you know how to use Zoom, because I get those texts and emails from agents like right when the class started, I can't get on, or what that I try as best as I can, but tech support, you got to know, got to make sure you got the links ready, not just 2 minutes before you go in there, because a 1 hour class, I think the state gives us like 5 minutes for every hour class or something. So if you're like 5 minutes late to an hour, or 10 minutes late to an hour, a 2 hour class, you don't get credit. So,
right. Yeah.
Or if you leave early or something like that, or you lost the connection for 20 minutes and got back on, because the Zoom tracks that. So,
or you have your camera off. You have to have your camera on. They got to be able to see you.
That too. All right. Next is,
okay. So there's our little tidbit for this time with the little poinsettia thing there. And it's National Poinsettia Day on December 12th. So you can send that to your social media, or actually get little poinsettias and put the little tags on them and give them to your favorite clients or family members. Right? It's holidays. Put your information on your tag.
Yeah, and we have a couple agents that drop them off at our office, because I know they're dropping them off at their customers and past clients and family and friends, and drop off a couple to us too. So it's again another way to connect with people. You can't beat that. So
right. Yep.
And that's it for today. We'll just keep it kind of short. Let me go in here. Let's stop sharing. Yep, stop sharing. There we go. We're back. All right. So, well, thanks for joining us, everybody. Remember, reach out to Debbie or myself. We're always welcome to help. We'll put you on our calendar and help you out with almost anything that you need. Well, real estate related and positive thinking related. So,
yeah, for sure.
Well, thanks for joining us today or watching on a recording, and we'll be back next Thursday. So have a great day. Thanks, Deb. Bye-bye.